Hey guys, Wizard59 here, and welcome back to a look at another video. And today we're going to be talking about LEGO Star Wars Episode 2 sets that need to still be made. Now, this is a bit of an ongoing series. Last episode I did was LEGO Star Wars Episode 1 sets that need to be made, and today we're doing LEGO Star Wars Episode 2 sets that need to be made. Now, like the last video, in this list I'll be including sets that have still not been made in the about 18, 19 years LEGO has been around, but I'll also be including sets that need to be remade. So these are sets that were made 2010 or earlier that still have not been remade. Those will be on this list too. And if you're interested in seeing a bit of a condensed version where I do one video just for Star Wars episodes 1 through 3 and then one video for Star Wars episodes 4 through 7. So a bit of a condensed list video. Definitely check that out. I did that about June of last year in 2016. So I'll have a link to those videos also if you're interested in seeing that. But anyway, this is a bit more of an updated, / expanded version of the list. So without further ado, let's get started. And all the mocks you see here on this screen, I'll have links to each one of them in the description below. So that's the Obi-Wan Starfighter with Booster Ring, the Slave One, and the Acclamator. So there'll all be links to those in the description below, so you can definitely check that out after the video. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Starting off, first off, we have the Naboo Royal Starship. This is like the larger version that is seen in Star Wars Episodes 2 and 3. And it's pretty much primarily what Padme uses to go around in episodes 2 and 3. This would be another cool set to have. Has not been made. Like the Nubian Royal Starship, this could also be either in a chrome color or that kind of like dull type of chrome color. But it would be a pretty interesting set, maybe $50. And again, you can open up the top to reveal like a space for a couple of minifigures and maybe have a cool, nice play features as well. Next off, now this is also kind of goes with Star Wars Episode 3, but it's Padme's home. Sadly, I was unable to find a really good image of like her home, the part in Episode 2. So if you remember in Episode 2, where Anakin and Obi-Wan are like traveling up that elevator, Anakin's talking about like all that nightmare thing, how he saved Obi-Wan, and they come into that room where um, basically it's the place, the living room outside where Padme's bedroom is. Maybe you have a small set related to that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Next off, this is a set that's already been made, but maybe have a bit of an addition or remake it. And this is the Bounty Hunter Pursuit. So have the set with uh, Anakin's airspeeder and then Zam Wesell's airspeeder, and have the set remade. So they had that set back in 2002. You can see it on the right. But again, since then there have been so many brand new parts that you can definitely do a much better job at creating the set. And maybe even this time add a bit of the exterior parts, so you can have like some of those like on the bottom left, like those posters, or maybe even on the section of the bar where Obi-Wan meets the guy with the death sticks. Next off, another great set. This is Kamino. So basically, you can have maybe a section of Kamino where it's like a dome part on the front, but then it's kind of open on the back, and you can reveal like all those chambers where like clones are DNA is, as well as maybe a portion where you can have like those Kamino, the Kamino leader. He sits there and he like talks to Obi-Wan in that room. And maybe you can even have the landing pad outside where like Obi-Wan's Jedi starfighters. I think that'd be really cool. Next off, another set, Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. We still haven't got one of these. Now it's rumored in summer 2017 there will be one. It wasn't at New York Toy Fair, so we're not exactly sure. Maybe it's an exclusive, but nonetheless, as if now it's not verified, that set has been made. So I ended up keeping it on this list. An updated version of that set. The last one we got was in 2002. So it's been a very long time. You can definitely improve it. The design could be much more improved. I actually made a custom build of it. Maybe a bit more similar, to the UCS version. But it's going to be a playset version. Next off, this is a big one. So many folks want a new Jango Fett Slave one. The last one was good, but, still lacking. So many more pieces now, so many more printing, molding capabilities. I feel like this set can be much improved, um, much more accurate as well, and kind of similar to the 2011 Boba Fett Slave One. So kind of have it in that design, except in a different color scheme. This would again include the new Jango Fett as well as the young Boba Fett. Next up, this is an interesting one. We got the Tusken Raider encounter. We really need to see a new one of these. So if you can kind of do it like the last one where you have a moisture evaporator and the swoop bike, which I think looks awesome. I really want a new version of that swoop bike because that's such a cool speeder, such a unique speeder. Um, or you can also have just the couple of the Tusken Raider huts, maybe a bit of a brick-built Tusken Raider hut with a few Tusken Raiders and Anakin and even Shmi Skywalker, his mom. So maybe something like that. That scene where she's dying. You can have that, or you can just have another kind of remake of the Tusken Raider encounter set on the top left. Next off, this is a big one that I actually really want to be seen made. A Droid Factory set. Maybe have like a section of the conveyor belt with a few droids. That's kind of like a cheap way to get droids. And if you know, in the 2003 Geonosian fighter, they had those sand red colored battle droids. Maybe have a new battle droid in that color again, because that color is much better than the new orangish, dark orange color they use. So maybe have that, have like a conveyor belt, and maybe it's a small section of it, and you can connect a ton of it, buy a ton of those, like $10, $12 sets, connect them and make a super large one. I think that'd be really cool. Next off, we need a Geonosian arena. I mean, this is such a big scene in the movie, and it's become pretty famous because everyone just loves that scene because it was the first time so many Jedi were in one place. So it was a big one, big scene, and still they haven't made any sort of set out of it, which is very surprising. So maybe you have a scene where a few like brand new Jedi that you have not seen before. Maybe again remake Mace Windu Episode 2, or you can have even a few of those sand red colored battle droids, or maybe just have a section with the poles where the Anakin, Padme, and Obi-Wan are. If you look on the top right, they were gonna have a Geonosian arena set. You could see on the top right, those are prototypes by Lego, so it was already designed. They molded it, everything, it just got scrapped at the last second. But you can see the two like monsters. You got like a large lizard one, the one that kind of looks like a rhinoceros. I forget their names. But it would have been really cool to see this set actually be made. Next off, this is I believe the self-propelled heavy artillery cannon. This would be a really cool set because you can get a ton of these for your clone army. The legs remind me of the what is that? I forget the name. I believe it's the UTAT. I'm sorry if I forget. It was in the Battle of Mytigo. The legs can remind me of that build. And then of course the cool like just large part on the top that shoots the rays. This is just a really cool like army building like large. It's even though it's not a tank, it's a really just interesting Republic vehicle which I'd love to see made in Lego. And next off, and I believe this is the last one, but this is the Acclamator Star Destroyer. This is again also known as the Republic Transport. It's seen in Star Wars, the Clone Wars as well, but in this case, I'm considering it a Star Wars Episode 2 set. This would be another great set, playset version similar to the Republic Venator back in 2009. I think many folks would like a set like this to have remade. Include some nice play features, a few cool Jedi minifigures, maybe Master Yoda, and a few cool clones. But anyways, there you go. There is a look at LEGO Star Wars Episode 2 Attack of the Clone sets that need to be made. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you guys think of this list. Is there any other sets that you would like to see remade for Star Wars Episode 2? And stay tuned for the Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith set ideas video. I think that's going to be a really big one. That's probably my favorite out of all of them because, I like Episode 3 the most. And there are just so many different sets in that really need to be made. So stay tuned for that video. Again, coming very soon in the next day or two. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos coming very soon. This is BrokeWizard59, and I'll see you all next time.